It's my great honor to be here. Actually, it's my second time to this event, or similar event hosted by KOTRA, and many thanks to KOTRA inviting me here. I wish I can deliver this in Korean this time, this speech, but maybe next time I will try. So I fully agree with Dennis about the car in the future is defined by software. And I think the car is a moving computer and in the future. So how we can use the hardware and develop the hardware technology to enable this. And this all I want to talk about today. So let's look at the current market about EV and also autonomous driving vehicles. And we're expecting in the next 5 years, will be more than 20% increase on the EV market. And for autonomous driving vehicles, we think there will be more than 40% in the next 10 years increase. And also many vehicles will have level 3 and even level 4, level 5 functions. And that's a big increase. And we need to have a very good platform to support this increase. And last year, in 2018, we have more than 100 new models introduced to the market. And actually, it's 2 million vehicle EV sold on the market. It's a big word and a big increase. And we're expecting more increase in the future. And for the future mobility, everything is about how you move the goods, how you move the people. And so we believe there's 3 key technology and one new business model will really disrupt the whole industry. And the first is autonomous driving vehicles, like Danny mentioned, and connectivities as well with the 5G and even 6G functions. And then electrify the powertrain. That's a very, very important keywords. And with those 3 technologies, we believe the whole industry might be able to introduce a new business model. You can imagine with the autonomous driving technology, do you really want to own a car? And especially in the big city, it's difficult to find a parking space. It's very expensive to pay for the parking space, especially after you go out with friends, after dinner, after your drink. Do you want to drive? Of course not. So you don't want to own a car in the big city. And with autonomous driving functions, and you can have new business model like Uber or others, and can give you the different service. And I think we're still facing lots of challenge. And I don't want to put all the EV companies' name here, but I think I want to be very honest. We're still facing the challenge. For example, is the range. And when those EV companies announce their range, and it's a very high number, but when actually the user drive the EVs, and the range is not that great. So it's really about the platform, and do you have a good platform to enable this technology? And first, you need to make sure the user experience is good, and the range is very important if we talk about electric vehicles. And for last several years, we see lots of hyper growth, and many investors and you can see many new EV startups come out, and they all got a big investment, and actually 300 billion investment into the EV industry. And also you see only in China, we sold 1.8 million EVs alone. And also, of course, China is a big market, and you can see there's so many EV startups come out in China. But I think we need to think about how to make this growth sustainable. And there's a regulation pressure, and there's a capital pressure. The investor give you a good, lots of reasons, and there are lots of requirements, and they require you to grow fast and make money fast. And also there's rising competition, and Tesla and all other big OEMs, and they all start to develop their EV platform. So there's a big competition. And I think for OEMs, the number one priority is how you can develop the product and make money, and this make a profit and also reduce the cost and increase the production volume. That's very important with the high quality. So like I mentioned, how we can enable this happen and enable the new technology happen on the hardware, we believe there's a way, and modular and scalable design is very important. So in the past, OEMs or car maker, they develop cars. Every new platform, they need $500 million US, and also they need 3 to 5 years to develop a new car from scratch. So that's lots of investment and also lots of time to develop these new cars. So we believe in the future there's a way, especially after you electrify the whole powertrain, and there's an opportunity you can do modular design, and you can do with this modular building block design, you can really have scalable functions, and you don't need to develop from scratch every time you develop a new car, and you just use the module to design a new car. And in the past days, many OEMs, they develop cars, they develop one platform, and with this platform, they can use on different types of cars, like sedan, SUV, and but nowadays, OEMs thinking about develop one platform and to make it smaller or make it bigger. And so if they develop one platform for B segment, they will develop a platform for, use same platform for A or B or C segment. And then they can save money and save time. But we believe in the future, the building block concept can really save you more time and further reduce the cost for development work for the whole vehicle. For the gas vehicle, it's difficult because the power and the gas engine use gas engine technology. It's really difficult to introduce this building block concept because the power comes from the gas engine, from the old diesel engine. This internal combustion engine is no way you can make a modular or you can make a like a building block for the power unit. So that's the difficult part. And with the electrified powertrain, it's really, I think it's easier to do this building block concept. With this building block concept, I think 5 areas very important. One is the energy storage, which is the battery pack. And the second one is the drive unit with the brake, with the gearbox. And the third one is the very robust thermal system. Like we mentioned before, the car is a moving computer. So when you talk about computer, you need a lot of computing power. And with this computing power will generate lots of heat. And also, the battery pack will generate heat when you fast charging the battery pack. And also, when you drive on the vehicle, the drive unit also generate heat. And how you cool those systems is very, very important, and can make your system last longer and safer. And also, if we're thinking about the future, the car is like a moving computer. The current EE structure, the electronic structure, is not very well developed for the future needs. I think the future electric and electronic structure is totally different. And because we need more computing power, and also the system will consume more energy and electricity. And so we need a different EE structure for this big moving computer. And also software is very important. And I think a few weeks ago, Volkswagen announced they will set up a new department or new company. And this new company is a software company. And they will hire 5,000 people, engineers, and working on the software. They call that VW.OS. So when you talk about computer, you must have an operating system. And the VW.OS never have other OEMs introduce. They want to develop an operating system for car. And Volkswagen is the first company and announce this and say, oh, I want to develop an operating system for car. So they're thinking about this for the future. And it's really the future, the EV or the car is a moving computer. So software is very important. But we're a startup, so we're small, and we focus on two things. One is the energy storage system. We want to develop robust system to provide the electricity, and also we focus on the electric drivetrain. And this is the concept we develop, and based on our building block concept. So currently, like I mentioned, we work on the scalable battery pack, and also we work on the electric drive unit, and also we filed a patent for the thermal system as well. And so like I mentioned, this building block concept can really give you flexibility to develop a bigger size vehicle or smaller size vehicle, and also for different purpose. And that's the concept design based on our building block technology. And we can develop purpose-built vehicle, we can develop delivery vans. And so, like I mentioned, there's a lot of challenge when you develop a new platform or new technology, and the system complexity. And currently, the system of the EV is based on the combination between electric and electronic and the mechanical things. I think in the future, people will develop a system really more towards a pure electric system or electronic system, and they will try to minimize the mechanical system on the car. Of course, the car is moving platform, so we have to have the mechanical, but we're trying to minimize the mechanical part. And also, we, like Danny mentioned, there's a computing power is more and more powerful, and also the car is moving faster and faster. So you need a great reaction time. And when you decide, oh, there's people in front of my car, I need to brake faster. And so that means you need to have a very, very fast reaction time. And also, robust functional safety redundancy. So when we talk about the L4 and the L5, you need at least 2 redundancy system for the car, and our system has 3. And the new supply chain as well, because you need new components, new technology, so supply chain is definitely a challenge. And quality issue, when you make things in mass, in big volume, the quality is a problem. And also the cost, how you can control the cost, but still put new technology into the platform, into the system. And the high energy efficiency as well, because the computing power is become bigger and bigger, and also the drive unit consume more electricity. So how you can make sure the energy efficiency is good, and also sustainability, and how you use this vehicle, the battery pack on the vehicle, the second life of the battery pack, how you use that is a big challenge. So like I mentioned, we work on the 2 systems. One is the market first pure electric drive and brake-by-wire system. And our system is a highly compacted system. We combine the motor, gearbox, and the braking system and the control system together. We make that one into a building block, and that means every corner of the drive unit with the wheel is a building block. So with this building block, you can build different types of car, and you can make it bigger and smaller. And also combine with this building block drive unit technology, and we work on the robust battery pack, the energy storage thing. When we developed the battery pack, we're thinking about the second life of the battery pack from the electric vehicle. And in the next few years, a few million electric vehicles will be retired from the market. And those battery pack is a big problem for us. And how we can use that at the second life of the battery pack. And when we design and develop this energy storage system, we're thinking about that, and how we can use this for energy storage, and even how we can use this for electric scooter, for all the mobility platform who use the electricity, and we're thinking about how we can use those battery pack. And also we combine with our thermal system, the robust thermal system, to make sure this when we use this battery pack, and there's no damage on the battery pack, and the battery pack can last longer, and also it's very safe. At the last, I want to mention, all this happen, we need lots of collaboration from different industry, from different companies, and currently we're working with several global tier 1 supplier and on our system. But I believe for the future mobility, we need more and more people and company from different industry to join us and to help us to develop this new technology. And we want to be part of that. And also, I wish all the best to all EV companies. And I believe they can contribute a lot for the future mobility. And thank you very much.